Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to International Paddock. And we are covering DRS Season 12, Round 1 here at Albert Park, Melbourne, Australia. I'd like to welcome myself to DRS. My name's Mike Popper. I'm 61 years young. Been on the sim racing season for about 5-6 years now. Own a server. I don't know whether some of you have heard of SRC, Simtech Racing Community. Joint owner of that server. Absolutely love F1, whether it's the game, the sport, whatever. But the game, I wouldn't say is my life, but when I'm not on comms, which is 5 nights a week, I do race 2 nights a week. I'm into my F2 racing because it's easier. I haven't got the pace for F1. But anyway, here we are. And I've been looking forward to it. Been looking forward to it since I found out that I would be doing comms for DRS. You're all new to me, apart from Smug, who I been commentating on his races with the RC for quite a few seasons now. But I like to get to know everybody, and sometimes I do like to banter because I'm a laid-back comms. I'm not serious. I know I'm never going to get a full-time job on Sky Sports. So I just go with the flow, have a laugh, take the mick. I'm going to start with Bobby Butler. Bobby Butler. Not Blobby Butler, Bobby Butler. But anyway, I'm going to get on with the intro now because we have got a one-shot qualifier and 58 laps, which is 100% race. And here goes. The Australian GP has been part of the F1 calendar since 1928, where it was originally held at Phillip Island. From then until present date, the Australian GP has visited no less than 23 venues. Albert Park has hosted the GP since 1996 and is contracted to hold the GP until 2035. Lex Davidson and Michael Schumacher both have 4 race wins, and Ferrari have 14 constructors wins. Just waiting for players. Each lap is 5.278 kilometres or 3.280 miles. 100% race, which is 58 laps, equates to 306.124 kilometres or 190.216 miles. So 16 corners on the Australia Albert Park Melbourne Grand Prix track. Most named after famous drivers. You got Brabham, Jones, Whiteford even, Clark, Prost, Stewart, to name just a few. Anyway, it looks like we are going to be going on to the one-shot qualifier, looking down on the pits here at Albert Park, looking down on the Red Bull pit there, Lord Joker. Is it Lord Joker? Well, if it is Lord Joker, I know Lord Joker from a few leagues I've raced and commentated on. If it is Lord Joker, though, I've got down in my notes it's Joker. But we're looking down at Alex Pixie and Joker's pits. Next to him, I think that's Mercedes. But anyway, also like to mention, DRS is in the league. What is it? The King of Leagues. League, actually. Simtech are also in the King of Leagues this year. But DRS Swanton, Joker, Senna, Colin, Simi, is it? And Smugget will be representing DRS in the King of Leagues qualifiers. And this Friday, or is it next Friday, 18th, and Saturday the 19th, and then the first round. It starts on Friday the 25th or 26th. Anyway, we're on with one-shot quali, and we'll go on board with Joker. No, we're not. We're on with DRS Swanton, driving for the Alpine tonight. And we'll just get the old spectators menu on, show you tyres and what have you. But all qualifying on the soft option tyre. Actually, Swanton's gone down to P14 as he's just approaching that little chicane, turn 6, 7 and 8, and then on sector 2 towards turn 9, which is Clark, and then turn 10. And then we're on to turn 11 at the end of sector 2. Swanton down in P12, Jack Daniels, Senna and Joker are your top 3. Smugget just dropped from P4 to P5. Swanton now coming around Ascari into turn 14, which is Stewart, on to turn 15, which is Prost, and then the final corner, corner 16. Jack Daniels with a lead over Senna and Joker. Sloth up to P4 now. Simi, or Syme, I'm sorry, I've got it wrong, but Jack Daniels gets pole, and I think it was once. We'll find out in a minute, but we were on board with DRS Swanton, who finished 12th. Anyway, here is confirmation of your starting grid. And like I say, Jack Daniels was pole with a 1:16.401. Isn't it? It's 4:03. Anyway, alongside him on the front row will be Senna in the Visa Cash App. And then row 2 will be Joker and Sloth, Red Bull and Haas. Row 3, Simi in the Ferrari. Alongside him is Dia Smugfit in the Kick Sauber. Row 4 is Al Newt and Lord Coleman. Row 5, King Kong and Alex Pixel. Row 6, Centre Finley, and the screen has gone off. Sorry about that, but we'll run through on the formation lap and we'll see tyre options from your different drivers. Right, all-time lap records with DRS. All-time lap record held by Real Maxi World with a 1:18.001 on F1 24, and it happened in season 10. Also holds the Pro lap record, does Real Max, and the Pro-Am record is held by DRS Al Newt with a 1:18.714, set in season 4 on F1 22. Apparently, there's a 100% safety car risk for Alberts Park, but as Smugget will confer, there was no safety cars on 100% stream we did last night with ERC. We did have one virtual, but no full safety car. If form is anything to go by, DRS Swanton is your favourite. He's 68% win percentage, 86% podium percentage, and has had no DNFs at the Australia GP. Weather is cloudy for the quali and race with a chance of rain in the latter parts, depending on whether there is many safety cars tonight. But the sooner we get finished, the less chance we've got of rain. Anyway, lining up tonight in the Red Bull, we've got Joker and Alex Pixie. Ferrari, we've got Easy Life and Simi. In Mercedes, King Kong and Sainsy. McLaren, Jack Daniel and Project Ty. Alpines, DRS Swanson and Blobby Butler. Not Bobby Butler, but Blobby Butler. Aston Martin, Al Newt and Skippy. In the Saubers, we've got Smugget and Late Bloomer. Williams represented by DRS Colin and Lord Coleman, who's reserving tonight. In the Red Racing Bull Cash App, we've got Senna and Centra Finn also reserving for the Cash Apps. In the Haas, we've got the Sloth and 50 Gent. Anyway, just waiting for drivers to get themselves up and running, and then we will be off here at Melbourne for the Australia GP Season 12 with DRS Round 1. Going on to what I was saying about myself. Like I said, server owner with Simtech. got into Xbox and things around 5 years ago. Me and my son Ricky, Wallace 57, if anybody ever raced against him, we took up sim racing. Well, Ricky took up sim racing with the RC, trying to help him get over the death of his brother, and introduced me to ERC, where they needed commentators, and I took it on myself to join, and I can safely say sim racing saved both myself and my son Ricky from a bit of a go to life, really. But anyway, enough about me. We are going to show you your runners and riders out on track, and we'll start off with Jack Daniels, who's on pole, and he will be on the medium tyre, as will Senna in P2 in the Cash App. He's also on mediums. Joker in the Red Bull is in P3 on the second row. He's on mediums, joined with the Haas of Sloth, also on mediums. Row 3 will be DRS Simi on mediums, and Smugget also on mediums in the Sauber. Row 4 will be Al New. He's on the hard tyres in the Aston Martin, and he will be joined on that row with the Williams of Lord Coleman on mediums. Row 5, King Kong will be on mediums in the Mercedes, and Alex Pixie in the Red Bull will be on hards. P11 is Centra Finley, and he is on the medium tyres in the Cash App, with Alpine's DRS Swanson on mediums in P12. P13 Sauber Late Bloomer will be on the mediums. Haas's 50 Gent in P14 will be on mediums. Skippy in the Aston Martin is in P15 on hards. P16 is Project Ty in the McLaren, starting on mediums, with Blobby Butler in the Alpine on hards. P17, P18 is Easy Life, also on the hards in the Ferrari, and number 19, P19 is Saintsy in the Mercedes on mediums. Right, we'll go on board with Jack Daniels as we wait for the lights to appear. 4, 5 red lights, and we're away. And Jack Daniels has got a cracking start going down into turn 1. Senna is alongside him. I did think that Jack Daniels was in AI and went a little bit wide, but still holds the lead from Senna and Joker in the Red Bull P3. We've got a yellow flag. I think that's Centra Finley who's perhaps caused that. It's dropped down to P19. Joker's hitting them curbs with the slot in P4, chasing down that Red Bull. Simi, and that yellow flag's going again. This time it's Late Bloomer. Let's have a look, see what's happened with Late Bloomer. He's come with the Sauber, has come to grief at turn 5, I think, is it? Yeah, turn 5, and it's 8 seconds down on the pack. It comes to this funny little chicane thing, and this is one of the fastest parts of the circuit here, where you can pick up DRS. We'll go back to the front where Jack Daniels is still being pursued from Senna, Joker, and then we've got King Kong and Alex swapping positions in P10. We'll look at the proper camera angle, and looking down, it's Alex Pixie with the outside line. We've got the inside line for turn 15, and King Kong will have to settle down just behind, but we'll go up to your leaders, Jack Daniels, Senna and Joker. Jack Daniels obviously sets fastest lap in the first lap, but we started lap 2. No casualties. Sainty's in the pits. Let's go have a look, see what's happening to Sainty. Looks like a new wing and fresh hard for Sainty, and Late Bloomer's also in the pits. He's got a 10-second penalty as well for speeding in the pits, and that's a new wing and a set of hards for Late Bloomer. So back on to racing. Jack Daniels still leads from Senna, only 3 tenths behind These two are pulling a little bit of a gap on Joker, and here comes Senna on the outside, takes the lead. So the Cash App Racing Bull in P1, overpowering the Jack Daniels P2, Joker's P3, Slot P4, just up to P5, getting past Smugget in the Sauber. Al New in P7, having a look at the Sauber and Smugget, been set twice about it. As did Swanson on Lord Coleman. He had a look, he's having another look. Let's go down to Project Ty, who's just taking Bobby Butler for P14. We've got the Ferrari on the inside of Blobby as well, and that's Easy Life up to P16. Senna then sets the fastest lap of 120.131 as Simi gets past the Sloth up to P4 for the Ferrari. King Kong and Alex Pixie swapping positions into turn 1 and 2, and it's King Kong holding on to 2. That P10 Skippy has taken Alex Pixie down to P12. A little bit of a gap between King Kong and DRS Swanson in P9. Alpine there chasing down the Williams of Lord Coleman still. We'll go back up to top where Jack Daniels and Senna are pulling a little bit away from Joker now. 1.8 seconds is the gap. And Jack Daniels will come on the outside with DRS. And that's smooth done for Jack Daniels. This could be the race for tonight. These two swapping positions with DRS at similar part of the track as we see at Albert Park. Most races, most overtakes are done there or at turn 1. But Jack Daniels and Senna lead by 2 seconds over Joker, looking down from the International Paddock helicopter at the Red Bull of Joker. And behind him is DRS Simi in the Ferrari Sloth in P5 in the Haas. With Snugpits comfortable in P6 now, trying to chase down that Haas of the Sloth. There's a look at the Ferrari of Simi. So let's have a look further down the pack. We've got a nice little battle for 12. 50 Gent leads a little pack with Alex Pixie, Project Ty, Easy Life is a second adrift. Smugget gets past the Sloth, back up to P5 for the Sauber driver. I'm not sure whether I saw a bit of rain there. Might have been something, debris chucked up. I don't know. But it could be my eyes. You don't take it for granted. It's not forecast rain till later on the race, so it must be my eyes. So Jack Daniels and Senna 2.5 seconds ahead of Joker now. Simi nearly 2 seconds adrift in P4. Smugget trying to close the gap. He is inside DRS of Simi as the Haas of Sloth has a little look at the Sauber of Smugget. I've got a nice little battle here. 4 P5 with Smugget, Sloth, Al Newt, DRS Swanton and Lord Coleman. A second adrift in the Williams. So, lap 5, Jack Daniels and Senna. As I say, still 2.6 seconds ahead of Joker in the Red Bull in P3. And he's going down to turn 3 and 4 with DRS Simi in pursuit, followed by Smugget in the Sauber, the Sloth, Al Newt and DRS Swanton. Still waiting patiently, waiting for his opportunity, which he could get around this next DRS point. But saying that, 3 cars ahead of him will also be pulling the DRS off Smugget and Simi. But as predicted, Senna retakes P1 from Jack Daniels on that DRS straight. Let's see if any others can change positions. No, everything's staying the same with this gaggle. Lord Coleman out on his own, and that's a 2 second lead over King Kong and Skippy. 50 Gent, Alex Pixie, Centre Finley and Project Ty swaps positions. They're coming down into turn 12. And just behind them is Blobby Butler, who's just got Project Ty. And the Ferrari had a look there. That was Easy Life on the look at Project Ty, but thought better about it. And we've got quite a big gap then to them early pit stops of Lake Bloom and Sainsey, who have got a big race on their hands now. But I'm sure things will be put right safety car will do these pairs good right this minute. The centre leads from Jack Daniels as they come around at end of sector 1 of lap 6. So Cash App Racing Bull leads McLaren. We've got Joker, who's 2 seconds adrift and 2 seconds ahead of this little gaggle that contains DRS Simi, Smudgate in the Sauber, the Sloth in the Haas, and Al Newt with DRS Swanton. And Jack Daniels has got past Senna at the end of that DRS straight, going into turn 11 and 12. Project I receives a 3-second penalty for track limits. Oh, Lake Bloomer has retired. Never noticed that. Sorry about that, everybody. But Lake Bloomer retired on lap 3 or 4. And we've got a safety car. Missed that, didn't I? That's me going on about nothing. And we have our first safety car, which I'd sort of like spoke about a lap ago. For the Saints is good to help him catch up to the back. But there's a couple guys going in the pits. That's Simi and Sloth. Simi's put a new set of hards on, and Sloth has put on hards too. I just wasted a full fag there. Thought I'd put it out, but I hadn't. So I'm sorry, I forgot all about Twitch chat. We've got an advert, but we got Bazzy. Good evening, Bazzy. Thanks very much for the good luck from the first comms, and good luck to everybody from Bazzy. So Bazzy is Mrs. Senna, is it? If I'm not mistaken. Thank you very much for the welcome. Right then, let's have a look at movements from your starting positions. Jack Daniels and Senna, along with Joker, haven't moved. They're in the same position they're starting in. And then we've got Smudgate, who's up 2 places. Al Newt up 2. DRS Swanton up 6. Lord Coleman up 1. King Kong up 1. Skippy also up 6. 50 Gent up 4. Then Alex Pixie down 1. Central Finley down 1. Bobby Butler up 4. DRS Simi down 9. Easy Life up 3. The Sloths down 12. Project Ty down 1. And Saintsy is up 1. And a quick recap on penalties. We've just got Project Ty now on penalties. He's got 3-second penalty. As actually this safe car will be going on another lap until that Mercedes of Saintsy catches up to the pack. Anyway, back on to your tyres screen and lap 8. And Jack Daniels will be dictating the restart, which I don't think will be yet. Could be this lap if that Mercedes of Saintsy catches up, but we'll see. So Mercedes has caught up to the safety car queue, and I expect the restart will be at the end of this lap. Should get confirmation around here now. Not had it up. There we go. Safety car is in this lap, so we will go on board with Jack Daniels. As I say, will dictate the restart. The end of lap 8, beginning of lap 9. and it's up to him when he goes, but he can't go until that safety car's gone into the pits, as you all know. We get on to Jack Daniels now. Safety car just entering the pits, so he can go at any time now. And he's gone. Just on the final bend, he's gone, and he's caught Senna out. 8 tenths behind his Senna, 9 tenths now. So cracking restart from Jack Daniels. Caught the rest of the pack napping, and there's quite a few gaps growing there between the pack. And it's been quite a good restart for Jack Daniels in the McLaren from Senna. Joker, Smudgett, Al Newt, Swanton, Lord Coleman, King Kong, Skippy and 50 Gent make up the top 10, as DRS Simi has just got past Blobby Butler. And cars start to settle down again now after this restart, and it's Jack Daniels leading the way. 8 tenths ahead of Senna. He's 8 tenths ahead of Joker in the Red Bull Smudgett. He's in P4 but 1.2 seconds adrift of the leading 3. Al Newt 7 tenths behind him with Swanton in P6. Lord Coleman, King Kong, Skippy and 50 Gent. So your Pro-Ams, let's have a look. Is it 50 Gent that is leading the Pro-Ams at the minute? Central Finley is in P11 now as we got past Alex Pixie. Just having a look, trying to make out, yeah, because I'm new to this job, so I'll get used to it. Might take me a while, but I'll get used to it. DRS enabled now, and Senna chasing down McLaren. Joker is getting a bit closer to Senna. Smudgett just out of DRS now of top 3. Down Newt just out of DRS on Smudgett. Swanton though breathing down the neck of Al Newt. So I think it's Skippy then that's leading the Pro-Ams. In P9 is our Skippy in the Aston Martin. Actually, I've got that wrong, and Lord Coleman is leading the Pro-Ams in P7 in the Williams. I'll get there, sure I will. I'll get there. All new to me, but we'll get there, I'm sure. Jack Daniels then, consistent gap to Senna, just touching 8 tenths. Joker out of DRS on Senna now, so these top 2 pulling away gradually on the rest of the pack as Project I. And Sainty past Easy Life, who's I think was caught out by the DRS of the other 2. Up to the front then, and Jack Daniels leads him down into turn 1 on lap 11. Senna in P2, Joker, Smudgett, Al Newt, Swanton in P6, and it's quite a good gaggle of cars finding out for P4 behind Smudgett, Al Newt, Swanton, Coleman and King Kong. And we've got another little battle for P10. P10's 50 Gent, and then Simi, Alex Pixie and Finley. Central Finley following on from him, and then a little mini battle for P15 held at the moment by the Sloth, Project I, Sainty and Easy Life. Not too far behind Jack Daniels though. Still leading, trying to get out of the DRS of Senna, and Simi gets past 50 Gent for P10. Coming round Ascari in a moment. They've just gone around turn 12 into Ascari, turn 13. Simi in the top 10. Let's have a look to see if Senna can cut the gap on Jack Daniels now. It's down to 5 tenths. He's not close enough for the move. Let's have a look at Joker. Joker still holding on to P3. Smudgett, Al Newt, Swanton, Coleman, King Kong, Skippy on his own, Simi, 50 Gent, Alex Pixie. We've got Sainty just past the Project I. Project I gets him back. And Sainty who he claims P16 on lap 12 of 58. So Senna in DRS of the McLaren. Whether he's close enough for the move, I don't know, but that gap is coming down. I can't see him making the move on this lap. No, tucks in behind Jack's Joker on his own. Smudgett trying to chase down. Look at this, 3 cars join at the diffuser. Smudgett, Al New and Swanton, DRS Swanton, and DRS Swanton gets P5, perhaps got P6, but Smug was in his way. Al New takes advantage of that and regains P5 from DRS Swanton. King Kong has got Lord Coleman company, and then 2.5 seconds adrift of these is DRS Simi with Skippy. Then we've got a second gap then to Alex Pixie, another second gap to 50 Gen, and then centre of Finley's there to the Sloth, to Lobby Butler, Same Seat, Project Tie and Easy Life. 5 seconds adrift of the field in P18. We've sent a little bit closer now to the McLaren as Lord Coleman gets past King Kong around turn 3 and 4. We'll go back up to your leaders though, because we're getting into that DRS zone, and Senna is a little bit closer, gets that DRS, has a look for the outside. Alex Pixie picks up a penalty, but McLaren of Jack Daniels defending really well there. We missed the overtake from Al New on Smudgett for P4, and Swanton coming with a surge, made this pass on the lap before, and he's got past Smudgett, and he's just tucking in behind Al New now, and that's Swanton all to P5. Senna having a look at the McLaren. Is he close enough? No, he isn't. Smudgett's out. Smudgett's out. What's happened there? It's a safety car. Don't always there. Look, he's I don't know. Presuming he's hit a curb and spun into that pit wall. But Smudgett is out on lap 14. Safety car number 2. There's a safety car on the side of the track as all cars pass him. We've got Lobby Butler, Same Seat and Easy Life all into the pits. Set of mediums for Blobby, set of mediums for Easy Life, and 1 lap hold hards for Same Seat. Right past that safety car, which is quite handy for them. Since he had to put the anchors on pretty quick there as Blobby brake that corner. I would say these guys will be going in now 30 lap old mediums, and we're getting about 20 laps out of them last night in a similar 100% race around Australia. Yeah, there you go. Both McLaren and the Cash App entering the pit, as is Joker, Al New and DRS Swanton. Lord Coleman stays out on his 30 lap old mediums, and looks like Lord Coleman will lead the pack on the restart. The Ferrari of Simi on 8 lap old hards also stays out, which makes sense really, because them hards can go 25-30 laps, even more, so makes sense. Everybody else is pitting. Project Tie is stopped out in P7. He's also on 8 lap old hards, as well as the Sloth. It's fresh tyres everywhere else. So Lord Coleman leading the pack and also leading the Pro-Ams. Lord Coleman then leads the Pro-Ams. DRS Simi is in P2 and is the leading road driver. Jack Daniels is in P3. And again, both. I'll tell you what I have noticed. Both Saubers are out. Smudgate joins late bloomer in the Sauber pit. It's a very bad start to season 12 for the Saubers. Safety car in this lap. We'll go on board with Lord Coleman, who will dictate the restart as the safety car goes off into the distance. Sorry for coughing, got a little bit of a tickle. We've got 10 viewers on the Twitch stream, and Lord Coleman has gone. Simi sent 10th behind in the Ferrari, chasing down, and here's Jack Daniels. He wasn't caught napping, was he? Got a cracking restart with Jax, and the Sloth has got past Senna, and Al New has got past Project I. We'll have a look on our normal camera angle at Lord Coleman leads from Simi. Simi has a look on the outside, 3 cars abreast, going around turn 4, led by Simi, Lord Coleman and Jax Daniels. Joined at the hip, these 3, Ferrari, Williams and McLaren. And then we'll drop down to P4, where Senna is ahead of DRS Swanton, who's just taken Joker for P5. Project Tight is in P7. Look at how close Joker and DRS Swanton are coming into that corner. Number 12 as Jack Daniels gets past Lord Coleman. So Simi leads in the Ferrari from Jack Daniels in the McLaren. Lord Coleman leading Pro-Am is in P3 in the Williams. We've got Senna in the Cash App, Racing Bull in P4, DRS Swanson in the Alpine P5, Joker not far behind the Alpine as DRS is enabled. Let's get a good view. We've got the McLaren, the Project I, taking over from King Kong in P7. And we've got 50 Gent, Alex Pixie, Skippy, Central Finley in P12 with Lobby, Sainty and King Kong has took Project I, a half of 50 Gent, dropping down a couple of places to P10, and DRS Swanton, we missed the move, he takes Lord Coleman and Senna, and that's DRS Swanton, your pre-race favourite, up to P3. Jax Daniels regains the lead on lap 17, getting past Simi. Joker's got past Swanson, and Senna has got past Lord Coleman. 4 guys in your picture there, battling it out for P3. And here comes, I thought King Kong was going to make a late turn. King Kong, was it? Yeah. No, it was Williams of Coleman. I thought he was going to make a late dive on Senna, but I was wrong. Jax Daniels then crosses line, 1:19.964, new fastest lap for the McLaren. Simi sticking with him though. We've got the Joker, DRS Swanson and Senna battling out for that 3rd place on the podium. DRS Swanson, an audacious move, not quite pulled it off, but he had some guts there to try it. Tucks in behind the Red Bull with Senna joined to his diffuser as they come around into turn 6, 7 and 8, and onto this, and Central Finley picks up a 3-second penalty. 3 cars are battling it out for P3. Joker, DRS Swanton, James Swanton up to P3 with a cracking move. Been weighing that up for the last few corners, and that's Swanton into P3. Joker P4, Senna P5. And we've got King Kong Project I with Lord Coleman to his breast with the Red Bull of Alex Pixie. Skippy's there as well in the Aston Martin. And Sainty gets past Finley. Sorry, Central Finley. 4P12. Blobby Butler also gets past Finley. Oh, there's contact there between the Alpine and the Haas. All fair in love and war. As Lord Coleman going into the pits. I wonder why he's dropping down the lap chart so quick. Skippy and Alex Pixie falling out there for P8. And we've got a three-way battle still for P3. Headed with DRS Swanton in P3 with Joker and Senna. But Simi sticking with Jack Daniels. Head of the pack. And they're coming down into that DRS zone. As Sainty picks up a penalty. Don't think Simi's close enough for a move. No, he isn't. But tell you who is closest for a move, and that's Joker on DRS Swanton. So Joker on to that final place on the podium for the time being. We're nearly a third of the lap, a third of the race gone. And Joker leads DRS Swanton and Senna. King Kong, Project Ty, and Alex Pixie in the Red Bull gets past Skippy. It's Project Ty. And Skippy demote Alex Pixie down to P9. Easy Life has got past Blobby Butler. Alex Pixie and Skippy in 50 gen. We had a brief yellow flag there. I don't know what that was for. We missed that one. But coming down at the start of lap 20 at turn 1, we've got Project Tide, Alex Pixie, Skippy, 50 gen, Sainty and Cedric Finley with Easy Life in on the act as well, battling out for that P7. Look at these cars. As Simi picks up a penalty. Oh dear, that's not going to do much help, is it? Chasing down Jack Daniels. And Al Newt is up to P15 as Blobby Butler finishes the pit. So what's Blobby going in the pits for? He's put a new set of hards on, put it that way. It's Jack Daniels leads Simi. 5 seconds of the gap then to Joker with DRS Swanton and Senna in close proximity. And Senna, and we've missed that move. Senna takes DRS Swanton up to P4. Swanton down to P5. King Kong though. And a nice little race in P6 with Project Ty. Here's that battle again. Now there's 7 cars in this group. Alice Pixie did. Oh, Project Ty drops a couple of positions. Didn't go for the move on Alex Pixie. Bit of contact. He's dropped down 2 positions. Sainty in P10 with 50 gen and Central Finley. An Easy Life waiting patiently for any mistakes. Sainty has made a mistake at 15, and yeah, I think he's in control of the car. 50 gen up to P9, all happening there, and there's contact then between Finley, Central Finley and Project Ty. Project Ty's going to the inside, and that Ferrari of Easy Life is ready to pick anybody off that makes that slight woo, and then he lost the back end. Did Easy Life there and loses a few tenths to Project Ty in P11. Meanwhile, at the top of the screen, Senna has just took Joker for P3. I suggest these positions will change quite frequent over the next 30 odd laps. King Kong and a nice lonely race. 3 seconds with Swanton and 8 seconds ahead of Skippy, who's leading, and we've got a yellow flag. And that is a McLaren. Is that Project Ty? It was. Project Ty coming out from the battle that he was having with Central Finley and 50 gen. It's DRS Swanton with the fastest lap of 1:19.950. Sorry for keep coughing. But 5 drivers left on track that have got penalties at the moment. Simi, Alex Pixie, Central Finley, Project Ty and Sainty all on pens. Sainty's gone in the pits. And what's he doing? CNC. He's put a set of used mediums up to front there, where Jack Daniels still leads from Simi. Al Newt picks up a penalty. These penalties adding up at the moment. These two, 5.5 seconds ahead of Senna. We'll stay on board, see if Simi can close the gap on Jack Daniels. Well over a third of the race gone now. No, Jack holds on to lead from Simi, but Senna leads Joker and DRS Swanton for P3. King Kong leading a lonely life in P6 with Skippy, who's got Alex Pixie. Central Finley is 3 seconds adrift. But he has a look, does Alex Pixie, but thinks twice about it. Central Finley and 50 Gent battling out for P9. Then we've got Easy Life, 3 seconds adrift. Project Typhoon, 3.5 seconds adrift of Easy Life. And Alex Pixie and Skippy swapping positions at turn 3 and 4. Starting with Skippy. He's in that P7. Alex Pixie in the Red Bull P8. Let's go up to your leaders. Jack Daniels still leads Simi. McLaren against Ferrari. And then we've got Senna, Joker and DRS Swanton battling it out. Coming around Ascari as Alex Pixie and Skippy swap positions again. That was DRS influenced that move, but Senna leads them. This gaggle down to start lap 24 behind Jack Daniels and Simi. But Senna pulls on to P3 from Joker and DRS Swanton. King Kong, Alex Pixie and Skippy coming down the start finish straight. Skippy looks for the move, and that's Skippy up to P7 with a DRS assisted move on Alex Pixie. Central Finley on his own 50 Gent, Easy Life and Project Ty has a little bit of a lead over Lord Coleman. Al Newt, Sloth, Blobby Butler and St C are your remaining drivers. Let's have a look at this battle for P7. Skippy and Alex Pixie been going on for a few laps, as has these three been battling out for third position. Senna, Joker and DRS Swanton. As Simi dropped a couple of tenths that lap on Jack Daniels at the top of your screen. These three joined at the diffuser. Kashat, Red Bull and Alpine. Simi don't think it's close enough for the move on Jax. Here's Joker, close enough. Here's Swanton, close enough to Joker. I don't think it's close enough to Senna. Nope, they're not. Joker's held off the pressure from DRS Swanton. Going down into turn 3 and 4. King Kong in P6. Skippy and Alex Pixie 7 and 8. Central Finley is P9 with 50 Gent. P10 Easy Life and Project Tyres, Alex Pixie and Skippy again swapping positions. Wish I had a pound for every time these pair swap positions in the last 25 laps, but it is Alex Pixie who leads Skippy. Joker and Senna swap positions at the end of that DRS sector there, and the Red Bull takes the upper hand of the Racing Bull with DRS Swanton ever patient in P5. Alex Pixie and Skippy swap positions again on board with Skippy, and we'll go on board with Alex Pixie actually. He's tried to chase down the Aston Martin as we come into Ascari. Does close the gap a little bit, but not close enough as of yet. We'll see how it goes on down the start-finish straight, but already past the start-finish straight are Jack Daniels, Simi, Joker, Senna and DRS Swanton. King Kong And here's Skippy and Alex Pixie. They're not going to be changing positions. Neither will Centric Linley and 50 Gent. Easy Life, Lord Coleman. A few gaps appearing now. Project Ty and McLaren. Al Newt, the Sloth, Robbie Butler and Sainty in P17. But Jack Daniels has pulled a gap on Simi now. Simi out of DRS of the McLaren. But Senna and Joker swap positions. And as I keep saying, DRS Swanson just waiting there patiently, putting pressure on the two guys in front of him. And here he comes on the outside of the Red Bull. Right, here's another textbook move from DRS Swanson, but the Red Bull's got the inside line. Does Joker retake P4? Not yet. He's got the inside line for the final corner. Who's got the DRS? It's well, they both got DRS. Swanson has got DRS on Senna, and Joker's got the DRS on DRS Swanson. A mouthful that was. Alex Pixie, is he close enough to Skippy at the end of the start-finish straight? Nope, he isn't, I don't think. Definitely closed the gap, not close enough for the move. And then there's gaps. There's got to be no overtaking on these last 9-10 positions. All the action is for P3 with Senna, Swanton and Joker. And for P7 with Skippy and Alex Pixie. And there's gaps on the remainder of the field. I'm going to have a little bit of liquid refreshment as we are watching the battle for P4 between Swanton and Joker. Can I beat a bottle of ginger beer? Pardon me. Alex Pixie and guess who? I've swapped positions again. Yep, Skippy. This time Alex Pixie in P7. Skippy chasing him down. And then, like I say, there's no battles out on track. Sainty and Blobby. Yeah, other battles on track apart from that battle for P3 and the battle for P7. Blobby and Alpine versus Sainty and the Mercedes. Going around into Prost, turn 15. Then the final corner, and then Blobby might have to give in to Sainty because Sainty will have DRS on the Alpine. He goes alongside. Does Sainty? Let's go on board with Blobby. We've seen the Mercedes go past, but Blobby's not letting him go. Just come off the throttle a bit. So perhaps as well. So Jack Daniels then coming round and completing lap 28. Starts lap 29, and he's got a 3-second lead over Simi in P2 in the Ferrari. And then you've got this battling pack with Senna, Swanson and Joker. Then we've got King Kong, who's having a right lonely little race. 7.5 seconds behind P5, but 14 seconds in front of P7. Alex Pixie has got a little bit of a gap on Skippy now. Centric Finley in P9 with 50 Gent in the Haas P10. Easy Life P11 in the Ferrari. We've got Lord Coleman for company in P12. We've got Al Newt in P13, Project Ty P14, and the Sloth P15 with Sainty. We've got past Blobby Butler previous lap in P16 with Blobby in P17. Swanson then would move in that DRS part of Sector 2. Up to P3 is DRS Swanson with Senna tucking in behind, and then the Red Bull of Joker is P5. So look at Alex Pixie and Skippy. Skippy's got DRS on the Red Bull, but not quite close enough for any type of move. And then we've got Easy Life and Lord Coleman. Lord Coleman in the Williams. Gets past. I hope we don't forget break. No, we didn't. That's Lord Coleman up to P11. Easy Life P12. On to this main battle. Simi in P2. Getting caught now by DRS Swanton, Senna and Joker. So there's going to be a 4-car battle for P2 shortly. Just a 1.5 second gap between Swanton in P3 and DRS Simi in P2. Here comes Senna with the move on DRS Swanton. That's Senna back into P3. And they're definitely pulling the 10ths back on Simi in P2. No moves there, and we're just over 50% of round 1 already gone. And now Senna is in DRS of Simi. So Simi has got reeled in by these three. Who have, I think they've worked together actually to gain the gap on Simi. I really do. As Skippy and Alex Pixie swap positions again. Simi now under pressure from Senna. As Joker has a look at Swanton, thinks better about it. Let's move on to Skippy and Alex Pixie. Just coming out of sector 1 into sector 2. Stupid little chicane before we pick up DRS past turn 8. And Alex Pixie is definitely not close enough for the move this lap. Robbie Butler and Sainty are battling out. Jack Daniels though, 4.8 seconds is the gap between himself and Simi, and we're going to concentrate on this battle now for P2. The second step on the podium, held at the moment by DRS Simi, but he's been reeled in by Senna, Swanton and Joker. And we've got a yellow flag. I think that's a Haas. Is that the Sloth? Yeah, the Sloth losing a lot of time. Let's have a look down. There's Avenue and Easy Life swap positions for P12. The Sloth. I can't see any damage on the Haas. Joker's got past DRS Swanson. There's some pit life going on. Easy Life and Project Tie in the pits, both putting on fresh sets and mediums. And there's Swanson getting past Joker 4P4. And Simi is taken by Senna. Senna's Cash Out Bull, Racing Bull, has passed the Ferrari of Simi. DRS Swanton now breathing down the Ferrari neck with Joker looking on. There's 4 cars then battling out for P2. They'll go around turn 1, 2 and 3, and if they're joined at the hit. Ooh, bit of contact from the Red Bull on the Alpine. Don't think there's any damage done. But can't take our eyes off these 4 now. Skippy has lost a bit of time to Alex Pixie for P7, and then there's gaps. So this is really the only battle on track at the moment. Skippy is pulling back at Alex Pixie. But Swanson is taken by Joker. And Joker takes Simi up to P3 within 2 corners. Here's Joker, and then Swanson coming back at Simi. So Simi has gone from 2nd to 5th in a matter of 4 laps. And he is on the older tyres though. His tyres are 8 laps older than the other guys that just passed him. So hats off to Simi. But Skippy, I would think, will be pitting quite shortly, as will Self-Centre Finley. And maybe Al Newt as well in the next few laps, because these mediums do 20-25 laps at the most. I'm going to cough. Easy Life Fresh Mediums gets him past Sainty for P13. Jack Daniels though, 4.5 second lead over Senate. The Joker, Swanton and Simi. Simi sticking with DRS Swanton though. As you can see, no more battles on track apart from this one for P2. Ooh. Simi lost his back end. Maybe them rears past the sell-by date in the Ferrari now. He's doing well to hang on to these 3 in front of him. Still staying out though is our Simi. And Senna in P2 leads this pack into Turn 1 of lap 35. So Jack Daniels leads the field. And you see, laps the Haas of the Sloth, I think. Yep. Jack Daniels then 5 seconds ahead of Senna in P2 with Joker in the Red Bull P3. DRS Swanson P4. Swanton. Simi sticking with DRS Swanton no in P5. Then we've got King Kong. 12 seconds adrift of this battle for P2 with Alex Pixie 17 seconds adrift of King Kong. King Kong is having one boring race, but he's in P6. 2 seconds behind Alex Pixie is Skippy. 20 lap old mediums there are definitely coming to the end of their shelf life. Them mediums and the mediums of Centre Finley as well on 20 laps. Ready for a change. 50 Gent 20 lap old hards in P10. Lord Coleman still should get a few laps out of them mediums, as should Al Newt. Easy Life's only got 3 laps on his mediums, but Simi gets past DRS Swanton, and DRS Swanton has caused a yellow flag for some reason. So was a contact made between Simi and DRS Swanton, and I don't know. I don't want to presume anything. Centre Finley has lost a couple of places to Al Newton and Lord Coleman. To DRS Swanton, definitely looking forlorn in P5. Lost 4 seconds as Skippy goes in the pits and has had enough of them 20 lap old mediums. Simi 4 seconds ahead, and we've got another yellow flag, and that is McLaren. Is that McLaren in the pits? Aston Martin, sorry, in the pits caused the yellow flag. Nah. I don't know. Forget it. We're watching racing, not pits. So Senna and Joker battling out for P2. Simi and DRS Swanton have definitely dropped off the pace of P2 and 3. So there must have been contact between these two, has there? None of them have got any damage because they've not been in the pits. So I'm just presuming there's been contact between the pair of them. We're battling out for P2 and aren't anymore. So just the one, well, two, Project Ty and Blobby Butler are battling out for P14. Blobby Butler holding on to that position in the Alpine. Project Ty in the McLaren giving it his best. That's DRS, but unfortunately not close enough to Blobby for the move. Another battle is for P2 with Senna and Joker. And that's it. Battle-wise, just them two battles out on track. Lap 37 of 58 as Project Ty does manage to get past Blobby Butler. So Al New will be going in pit shortly, 20 lap old mediums. And out of the top 8 who are all on hards, first one for pit out them will be Simi, 30 laps old are his tyres at the moment. Everybody else is 22 or 23. Joker in the Red Bull, having a good old look at Senna in the cash app. So your leading Pro-Am at the moment is 50 Gent in the Haas P8. On his own is 50 Gent. As Joker and Senna swap positions for P2. And Joker has actually purple sector 2, which means he's fastest car in sector 2 through the race as yet. Al New is coming down on Lord Coleman, going into turn 5, which is Whiteford, as Senna has pitted. Senna's had enough of his 23 lap hold hard and he's trying the undercut on them guys in front. Somebody picked up a penalty then and didn't quite see who it was. Was it was it Simi that picked up a penalty? Yeah, it was. Oh, I've already got him down. Oh, let's fix him. No. Never mind. But Senna's visit to the pits has lost us the battle for P2, but has given us another battle as Senna is closing in on King Kong in P4. Al New gets past Lord Coleman. But, say King Kong holding, well, was holding Senna, but not anymore. Senna last passed in this DRS section of sector 2. Lord Coleman and Al New, and Lord Coleman just lost the back end of his Williams. Skippy's not far behind these two either, just over a second behind. So just this battle on track at the moment, and that is for P9 between Al New and Lord Coleman, and Skippy there with an outside chance of making a move in the next couple of laps. As Saintsy, that's Saintsy with another penalty for the Mercedes. So, like I say, Senna has gone for the undercut on your leaders. Let's see if it's worked out when Jack Daniels, Joker and DRS Swanton decide to pit. The King Kong is yet to have. Jack Daniels is your first year leaders to pit. pulls up behind the Mercedes of Saintsy. It's a new set of mediums for the McLaren, and Saintsy has put on softs, bless him. Virtual safety car for some reason. What's the virtual safety car for? As Jack Daniels pits. Virtual safety car. It's not the second virtual safety car we've had. But see, what's gone on there then? Oh, I think 50 Gent has got a side pod missing off his front wing. This will give him a chance to go in if he hasn't caused it. Lord Coleman has no front wing. That's what the virtual safety car is for. Lord Coleman has no front wing. I think everybody else seems to be intact. So virtual safety car with 18 laps to go. 50 Gent and Lord Coleman in the pits. Fresh mediums for 50 Gent and Lord Coleman. Al Newt picks up a drive-through penalty. Lord Coleman is on 18 lap old mediums. Anyway, back racing, and it's Lord Joker in the lead from DRS Swanton in P2. Don't forget, these two have got to pit yet. Jack Daniels has got out in front of Senna. And Skippy and Al Newt, two Aston Martin swapping positions for P8. So 16 laps remaining, and in the Aston Martins there's a nice little battle, but the closest battle on track is Centre Finley, Project Ty and Lord Coleman battling out for P12. Ooh, he's gone wide. Project Ty went wide. Lord Coleman took the opportunity and has regained P13. And Project Ty has lost quite a bit of ground, having been close previous. Easy Life and 50 Cent are battling out for P10. And we've got Jack Daniels past DRS Swanton, Joker and DRS Swanton, P1 and 3 have going to have to pit quite shortly, and that will leave Jack Daniels well ahead. 1:18.7, new fastest lap for Jack Daniels, and I think that is a little record, is it not? Certainly beats the 1:18 set by Real Max World, I'm sure. I need another drink. Cheers, Mr. Pickles. He's just put in the chat, Finley hit wall, caused yellow. In the chat with 50 at the moment. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Pickles. DRS Swanton getting close to the McLaren of Jack Daniels here with DRS. But, now then, Joker is on 28 lap old hards, as is DRS Swanton. Now, last night we did witness somebody in a race that both me and Smug were part of it in two different ways. But he did take hards to 41 laps. They were racing on ice by the end of the race, but he did make them last 41 laps. And I think if Swanton and Joker do pit now, they're going to lose a hell of a lot of positions. Now, will they gamble and try and make these hards last and pick up more distance points? And here's the rain. Here's the rain that was forecast on lap 44 of 58. Now this is going to throw it up a bit. I'll mute with a penalty. Here comes the rain again. Flying on my hair like a memory. Flying on my hair like a new emotion. Blast from the past. All you young ones won't know that song. Perhaps some of the old ones won't know it with me singing it, but never mind. Will we see pit action with the rain starting to fall here at Melbourne? And in Australia, it doesn't just spit, does it, with rain? And there is Senna. I think Senna's in, is he? No, he isn't. I thought I saw somebody going in pits then, but that's wishful thinking on my part. Ooh, a Mercedes of King Kong. Lost the back end there, going around Ascari. And again, leading into Stewart and Prost, but refrains from entering the pits. Still no battles out on track. Aslo Coleman is your first car to put the intermediates a wet tyre of some description on. Now then, will that see him jump up that laps chart? Is he? I don't think he's in. Let's send him an invite because it doesn't look like he's in control of his car. Lord Coleman. Am I on your friends list? Don't think I am. There he is. We sent him an invite. Right, Lord Coleman, sorry, it's taken me till now to send you an invite. Alex Pixie also in the pits for intermediates. Al Newt go in and Easy Life both in. Alright, then we will see changes. Your leader's in. Jack Daniels is in. Swanson's in. Senna's in. Simi, here's Simi coming in. Yep, Simi's in. King Kong, are you coming in? I should think so. With moves like that. Skippy is a long way off the pits. Alex Pixie. Is that time coming down on him and Skippy? Not really. DRS now disabled, so that, oh, look at it coming down now. It is definitely coming down now. It was definitely coming down before, but it's coming down a little bit harder. As you can see where it's hitting the tarmac. Ooh, 50 gent, still on the slicks. Tentatively going around these corners after a little bit of a spin at the Ascari. And there he goes into the pits. Everybody on slicks is coming in now. I've got yellow flag caution. Is that Ferrari? Was that Easy Life? That's it then. Everybody is either in the pits or been in the pits. Frederick Tight, the last of your slick drivers, goes in. And we'll just recap now because it has caused a bit of a stir. 46 laps of 58. It's brought racing a lot closer. But Jack Daniels is your race leader from Joker, who's 5 and a bit seconds down on Jack Daniels, but he's got Senna very, very close. So we'll stick on these two. This is where the main battle is. Joker and Senna. Red Bull versus Cash App. Ooh, Joker. That could be a costly penalty for Joker. Oof. Joker gets past the Haas. Ooh, we got another yellow flag, and that is, pardon me, Blobby Butler. I'm not saying he definitely caused the yellow flag, but he was in that part of the track where the yellow flag was. Central Finley and Al Newt swap positions just before the final corner. Senna and Joker, sorry, keep calling Lord Joker, it's not Lord Joker, but Senna and Joker battling it out, and it will be harder for an overtake now. There's no DRS, and we are into the last 10 laps as the rain continues to fall here in Melbourne. Central Finley and Al Newt in a battle for that last top 10 position. Ooh, and that's a great move from Al Newt. Took the opportunity. Central Finley went a little bit wide. Class move there from Al Newt. Senna getting close to Joker. Like I say, there is no DRS now, so it's all on battery power. We'll just have a look through who's got battery and who hasn't. 19% for Jack Daniels, 36 for Joker, 24 Senna, Swanton with 81, Simi with 45, King Kong with 19, and we've got another yellow flag, and that is a Mercedes. Yeah, but which one? Whoever it is, he's out. It's Saintsy. Saints is out, and that's a safety car. Safety car number 3. On board with Lord Coleman, who's hovering over the wet tarmac. So, safety car out. And we're down to single digits laps remaining. So we're going around 7 or 8, well 7-ish laps, maybe less than that, because the cars are spread out around the circuit. We'll wait until everybody has been in the pits, what have you, and it's nice to see drivers letting lap drivers past. I think that isn't really serious in other leagues. It just cause a lot of trouble, a lot of frustration, and it's nice to see cars taking initiative on letting lap cars past. It's Jack Daniels leading the pack. He's just 3 laps previous puts the intermediates on. Will he take a chance to put fresh on? No, don't blame him. Still, the cars spread out around the track. I think it will take a couple of laps before the restart. Rain continues to fall. I better have a drink. This last few laps are going to be quite hectic. I'm going to predict 6 laps of racing, maybe 5. So Skippy is your leading Pro-Am in P8 for Skippy. 50 Gen in P9 is second in the Pro-Am. Centre Finley is third as at Red Bull of Joker sits in behind Jax Daniels. And here we go, we've got a Williams and a Haas lap cars trying to pass the McLaren, but they can't go past until McLaren goes off track and the game actually tells him to overtake the McLaren. There you go, he's gone off to one side, which is cracking to see. Well done, Jax. And he's again gone off track, let the others pass. Nice one. Nice one. Gonna have to go off track again and let his teammate pass. But great to see that. Like I say, there's not many drivers in other leagues that I commentate on with the respect to let lap drivers pass. You see Jack Daniels trying to warm them intermediate tyres up, because you do take some warming up through the inters. And the wet tyre options, the inters and the wets, are designed to push the water away from the car. Let's have a look at position changes. Jax Daniels is where he has been since the start. Then Joker's up one, Senna's down one, Swanton up 8, King Kong down up 4, sorry. Down 1 is Simi, Alex Pixie up 3, Skippy's up 7, 50 Gen up 5, Al Newt down 3, Central Finley as he was, he's life up 6, Luke Holman down 5, Sloth down 10, Project Tight up 1, and Blobby Butler up 1. Safety car in this lap, we'll go on board with Jax Daniels, who will dictate the restart. Again, we've had 3 safety cars, and I think this is the second time Jax has restarted. Safety car still 2-3 corners off pit entry, so Jack's got to keep these cinters warm. Safety car is in, so Jax can start any time. Joker needs to be closer than he is. And there we go, he's gone. Jack Daniels has gone. Joker not really been caught out as much as he was previously. Senna, so good start with 6 laps of racing remaining. Gone quite quick, I think. Notice how these tyres, the inters and the wets lock up, scream when they break. See if we can get a scream from King Kong. He's come into this stupid little chicane. There you go. Starsky Nutch. So you lead it. Jax Daniels under pressure from Joker. I don't think Joker has got 3 sets of penalties though, which is going to hinder his attempt for the win. You never know. You never know with this game until that checker flag goes down what is happening. Joker loses a little bit of time, and Senna has gained a little bit of time on Joker. Swanson also there. Don't write DRS Swanson out. He's driven a very, very patient game, and a yellow flag, I think. Bobby Butler has picked up the penalty. And there is a yellow flag, and it is a Aston Martin of Al New. So at the front we've got 4 cars battling it out for your lead. Jack Daniels, Joker, Senna and DRS Swanson. Who's going to make that podium out of these 4 cars? And don't write off King Kong either. In P5 with Simi, who did lead the race at one time. Alex Pixie perhaps losing a little bit too much ground to put pressure on the leaders. But you say, we don't know in this game, so that checkered flag goes down, you can't really 100% predict anything. But Joker is definitely pushing Jack Daniels. Needs to get past as Joker with any chance of seeing that penalty out. Needs to get 3 seconds ahead of these cars to have any chance of winning in the final results. You can obviously win the race if he crosses that line first, but it needs to be 3 seconds ahead of his nearest rival. Needs to get past Jax, and he hasn't got much hope, really, with all due respect, without that DRS. He's got plenty of battery, but so does everybody else. Senna lost a bit of ground to Joker. He's under pressure from the Alpine of Swanson. King Kong has got Simi for company as well. We've got a few little gaps as Will Coleman is putting pressure on the Sloth. Simi gets past King Kong. I don't know whether Kong made a mistake. So Simi's already pulled the second on him. So here comes Joker. Obviously with DRS he would have got past easy. Unfortunately with the race conditions there's no DRS, and we have got a battle with 4 cars for this number 1 spot. 4 cars battling out for 3 places on the podium, and we've got 4 laps remaining. Jack Daniels leads Joker, leads Senna. DRS Swanson losing a little bit of time out of that 1 second mark, but soon back within. Simi 2.5 seconds behind P4, King Kong and Alex Pixie within a second of Simi. Skippy and 50 Gent holding P8 and P9 with Central Finley in the top 10. Joker has got past Jack Daniels, and Jack Daniels has got past Joker. Right then, which of these cars is in NA? Is it Jax? Oh, I don't know. We don't look. I don't know. I don't know what the ruling is on AI in the league. But Central Finley is the latest driver to pick up a pen. Jack Daniels gets back into P1, Joker in P2 with Senna P3. Swanson still just inside that second mark as we are coming around towards the end of lap 55 with 2 laps remaining. Well, 3 laps remaining. Jax leads Joker, Senna, DRS Swanson, Simi 2.5 seconds adrift, just going down that start finishing straight for the fifth time. King Kong P6, who's got Alex Pixie just within a second of him. Skippy 3 seconds down with 50 Gent, who's a further 3 seconds down, but has Central Finley putting him under pressure. Easy Life, Al New, Sloth, Lord Coleman, Project Ty, and Blobby Butler. Complete your drivers remaining. But, coming down into turn 6, 7, and 8. It's Jax Daniels from Joker. Joker has the switchback there. Jax holds on to the lead for the time being, but it's not through trying. Joker's there in P2. And Mr. Swanton is losing a little bit of time to these three. But will get a podium if he stays within 3 seconds of Joker. But there's gaps now forming. Century Finley and 50 Gent are close. Let's have a quick look at that little battle. But we'll move back up to your top 3. Jax Daniel leads Joker and Senna into turn 1 on lap 57. 2 laps remain. Still, anything could happen. 50 Gent and Central Finley back onto their little battle, the P9. And 50 Gent holds on. King Kong has got past Simi. King Kong up to P5. With the Red Bull of Alex Pixie as well in on the action. There's Alex into P6. Simi drops back to P7 and he's in AI is Simi. And I'll send him an invite if I have got him on my friends list. Online service. Simi it is. I need to send an invite to. Online services, retry. Have I got Simi? No. Have I missing the action here? But I need to get him back in if I can. No, I haven't got your Simi, have I? No. Oh, never mind. I'll have to get back onto the racing. We're on the last lap and it's Jax Daniels leading Joker for Skippy and Simi. Now I haven't got, like I say, I haven't got Simi as friend, I don't think, so I can't send him. Alex Pixie picks up a pen. You have to go back up to your leaders. Jax Daniels then. From Senna. Mr. Swanson in P3 now. Joker's dropped to P4. So this will be your podium. I don't know what positions they'll come in, but Jax Daniels, Senna and Swanton will be your podium. In what order, I don't know. Your yellow flag, and that's Alex Pixie, been taken by Al Newt. But with 3 corners to go, side-by-side action with Senna and Swanton for P2. Jax Daniels coming around the penultimate corner. Holds it together. And it's pedal to the metal. And Jax Daniels looks like the favourite to take round 1 here at Melbourne. And it's Jax Daniels with the win. Senna is in P2. Mr. Swanson was P3. Joker P4 from King Kong. Skippy, Simi and 50 Gent I think will cross the line next. Central Finley. cracking race. Enjoyed that. My debut for DRS. Hopefully I've done you proud, as great racing here tonight with DRS. I'm just writing down the result and then I will tell you. Jack Daniels takes the pro win from Senna and Swanton in the podium. And then you've got, is it Skippy? Oh, Skippy is a pro. No, he isn't. Skippy takes the win in the Pro-Am. Mr. Swanson is driver of the day on the game, and I will agree with that. And we'll say Mr. Swanson is my driver of the day as well. So we're just waiting for confirmation of your wins and your losers. And there we go. Jack Daniels takes the win with the fastest lap from Senna in P2. Joining them on the podium will be Swanton in P3. Then we've got Joker P4 with King Kong P5. Then your leading Pro-Am, Skippy, takes P1 in the Pro-Am. 50 Gent will be P2. And Easy Life P3 in the Pro-Am. So like I say, King Kong P5, Skippy P6, Simi P7, 50 Gent P8, Easy Life, Centre Finley, Al New, Alex Pixie, Sloth, Lord Coleman, Project Type, and Blobby Butler in P16. And Skippy takes your Pro-Am from 50 Gent in P2 with Easy Life P3. Well, that's been a really entertaining race for me tonight. 2 Australian 100% in 2 days. And both had the moments, but both went pretty quick. If any of you guys that are listening have made any mistakes on names or where I could improve anything, I won't take it the wrong way, mate. It all helps if I can better my comms in some way. But I'd love your feedback if possible. I'm looking forward to round 2 at Shanghai next week, next Monday night. I'll be joining you, unless obviously I've been sacked. But thanks for joining me tonight. You can rejoin International Paddock on Wednesday for the managers' ERC. Thursday, we'll have to see what's going on Thursday, but we'll have UCR on Friday and RFL on Saturday, and then the Masters ERC on Sunday night with myself and Andrew Goose. And then we're back here with DRS Shanghai. Hopefully, I'll see you then. But like I say, any feedback will be really appreciated. And I'll draw the stream to a close. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hopefully see you all next week. And bid you all farewell. Good night. God bless. See you all soon.